are shifting the demand curve to the right or to the left, I do not use the word quantity in my sentence. So next, I'm going to go over this quickly because the recording of these chapters are already posted in your learning management system. Now, this one is the supply curve, which shows a positive relation between price and quantity supplied. This is showing me when price increases, quantity supplied increases at the same time. And this is the law of supply. Please notice I'm using the word quantity here. Now take a look at this slide. I have my initial supply curve as S1. If the supply curve shifts to the right, we would say supply increased. Not going to use the word quantity here. Or sellers will sell more of this good. Now, if the supply curve went to the left, we would say supply decreased or sellers will sell less of this good. Now, I'm going to go to this equilibrium price quantity combination. Whenever the demand curve and the supply curve are cutting each other, at this point, we say we have equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. In this example, my equilibrium price is $3. Equilibrium quantity is equal to 7,000. Anything below the equilibrium price, like this one, $2 or $1, quantity demanded will be greater than quantity supplied. We have a shortage. Anything above the equilibrium price, quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded, and we have a surplus. Now take a look at what happens when the demand curve is shifting to the right or to the left, excuse me, and the supply curve is not changing. It was one of your short answer questions for week 1 of what happened when the demand curve, like the question on sardines, when the demand curve shifted to the left, and what I really wanted in that answer was what happened to equilibrium price and to equilibrium quantity. But I really did not get the complete answer. I would say did not get any complete answers. All right. So as you can see here, the demand curve is shifting to the right here. When the demand curve shifts to the right, the price increases. Say the price is initially $4. It went up to $5. We have 2 equilibrium points, and quantity also goes up. So when the demand increases, price is up, equilibrium price is up, equilibrium quantity is up at the same time. Over here, when demand decreases, equilibrium price is down and equilibrium quantity is down at the same time. Just take a look and see how demand, price, and quantity moves in the same direction. Now, what happens when supply increases? When supply increases, my quantity will increase. And at the same time, when supply decreases, my quantity will decrease. But over here, the price will move in the opposite direction. Quantity increases, price decreases. Over here, quantity decreases and price is kind of increase. Okay. Now I'm going to stop sharing this slide and share another slide here. Okay, share some other set of questions. Let me take out this set of questions which I can share with the rest of this class. Okay, let me share this demand and supply practice questions. Okay, these are the demand and supply practice questions here. I hope you can see this. The class is really, really quiet. And let me just do this problem here. And I'm going to talk and explain to you all these problems. The first one, the downward slope of the demand curve illustrates the pattern that as what? It's going to be this one. When price increases, quantity demanded decreases. This is the answer to question number 1. Now take a look at question number 2 here. It says the nature of demand indicates that as price of the good increases, the buyers will buy less of this good. Next one, the answer will be law of demand. Next one, the initial demand curve is D1. There is a shift of the demand curve to the right to D2. This indicates what? This indicates there is an increase in demand and definitely not an increase in quantity demanded. Okay. Whenever the demand curve is shifting, I'm not going to use the word quantity. Take a look at question number 5 here. We are moving from A to B on demand curve D0. This is my demand curve D0 here. This one is point A. Say the associated combinations are $5 and 10 units. Point B, the combination is $4 and 8 units. What happens if you move from point A to point B along the demand curve? What happens to price? What happens to quantity demanded? Because we are going to move along the demand curve, so here, let me just take this off. As we are moving along the demand curve here, my price is increasing. I'm going to use the word quantity demanded. My quantity demanded is decreasing. Question 6, according to the law of supply, there is a direct relation between price and quantity supplied. Question number 7, if new manufacturers enter the computer industry. So you have to look at what shapes the demand curve, what shapes the supply curve. If new manufacturers are entering this computer industry, the supply curve will shift to the right. Okay. Next one is asking another question regarding shift. Why will the supply curve shift to the right? My answer will be there will be a decrease in cost of production. Next one is severe freeze has once again damaged the Florida orange crop. What is the impact of that? So here we are looking at this from the seller's or the manufacturer's point of view. Over here, the supply curve will shift to the left. Next one, what would reduce the supply of microcomputers? That means, why will the supply curve shift to the left? My answer will be higher wages, because if the cost of production goes up, the supply curve always shifts to the left. Over here, higher wages means higher cost of production. Question number 11. Beer and pizza are complement goods. Price of pizza is going down. So I'm going to write here, price of pizza is decreasing. This means the quantity demanded of pizza is increasing, and you are going to consume pizza and beer together. When quantity demanded for pizza increases, the demand for beer also goes up, and the demand curve for beer is going to shift to the right. Next, we are looking at a shift of the supply curve. So initially, we are at this point. A on supply curve is 0. Now, we are going to shift from point A to point E on supply curve S2. So there is a decrease in supply. I'm not going to use the word a decrease in quantities supplied. Now the next part of the problem, that means the next problem would be, what happens if we move from point A to point D on another supply curve? We are on S0 and we are going to move from point A to point D. This means supply has increased. There is an increase in supply. However, another question is, if we move from point A to point B. So let me show you here the significance of question number 14. It says we are moving from point A to point B on the supply curve. Because we are moving along the supply curve, there is an increase in quantities supplied. Be very careful when there is an increase in supply and there is an increase in quantity supplied. Okay. Now take a look at question number 15. This is my equilibrium combination, $11, 400 and 400. Now it's asking us, the college introduces the minimum wage of $11.50. That means we are looking at some price floor. And how does the floor in your home or apartment, mine is an apartment, look like? If the price is $11.50, the price floor tells me you cannot go below $11.50, but definitely can come above $11.50. So if the college is setting up a price floor at $11.50, there will be unemployment because quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded. My unemployment will be equal to 150. Now take a look at this question here. It's telling me What is the shortage when we have a price ceiling of $5.50? So what is a price ceiling? Price ceiling, this one is defined as the maximum legal price. You cannot go above a ceiling. Just think about the ceiling in your place of residence. All right, that means we cannot go above this $5.50 price. What's going on here? My quantity demanded is 100 because the ceiling price is hitting the demand curve at 100. And my quantity supplied is equal to 97.5. Because my quantity demanded is greater than quantity supplied, I have a shortage equal to 100 minus 97.5. That will be equal to 2.5. I just hope this makes sense. All right, I'm gonna go to the next set of questions here. And the next set of questions will be on the chapter on elasticity. So let me share another set of questions. Okay, so this is a new share and this is on the chapter on elasticity. And I'm going to show you something here or show the class something. The answers are given for this chapter. Like if you scroll down all the way, you'd see the answers. But I want to go ahead and give you an idea of how to look at these problems. I'm not going to go over all the problems here because the answers are given and I have posted the video on this chapter. I'll just show you one problem on how to solve this kind of questions. Take a look at question number 3 here. It says, suppose the price of Y falls from $2 to $1.90 and the quantity demanded increases from 110 to 118. So using the midpoint formula, what is the price elasticity? I will just show you how to do it. What is price elasticity? What is the formula for price elasticity? This is defined as the percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in price. So what is my percentage change in quantity demanded using the midpoint formula? First, I need to identify the old price and quantity combination as well as the new price and quantity combination. The old price is $2. The new price is, okay, all right, let's do it this way here. It's getting difficult to write here. So the old price, P is for price, is $2. And the new price is gonna be $1.90. The old quantity is 110. The new quantity is gonna be 118. What do I see here? What is my conclusion? price is going down and quantity is going up. And when you solve this price elasticity, you would always get a negative value because price and quantity demanded moves in opposite directions. All right, let me use the midpoint formula here. Please take a look at the PowerPoints before you sit for your exams. It's going to be super helpful. Trust me. Percentage change in quantity demanded is going to be the new quantity. From that, I'm going to subtract. Okay. The new quantity is 118. From that, I'm subtracting the old quantity, which is 110. I'm going to divide the whole thing by the average of quantities, 118 plus 110 over 2. You do the math here. Next, I'm going to do the percentage change in price. This will be the old price, which is, this will be the new price minus old price. The new price is 190. From that, I just subtracted the old price, which is equal to $2. I'm going to divide this by the average of prices. I'm going to get the result here. You are going to divide this to what we just got here. You are going to divide the percentage change in quantity over the percentage change in price, and you would get your result. Something to note here, you'd get a result which is a negative number. So the price elasticity of demand result is always going to be some negative value, but we are going to report a positive value here. What is really important here when we are trying to find out the price elasticity of demand is not the sign, but the magnitude of the value. If your value is greater than 1, we say demand is elastic. If your value is less than 1, we say the demand is inelastic. If the value is equal to 1, we say that demand is unit elastic. Okay. All right, let me go and see which questions to look at. I'm going to look at some complement questions, some cross price elasticity questions, and some income elasticity questions. Take a look at question number 8. It's telling me there is a 4% increase in income and 8% increase in quantity demanded. So when you are looking at income elasticity, unlike the price elasticity, the sign is very important. So the income elasticity is defined as the percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in income. So my quantity demanded is increasing by 8%. My income is increasing by 4%. As this is a positive value, I would say the good in question is a normal good. Normal good means your income is up and you want to buy more of this good. Now, question number 9, they're again asking us to find income elasticity. Use the same formula here, which is percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in income. The percentage change in quantity demanded is 1% or negative 1% because my quantity is going down here. Percentage change in income is 3%. So my result is negative. So my answer will be this one, inferior good. If my result is negative here, that means when income increases, a person wants to buy less of that good because the good is an inferior good. In the recorded lecture, I was comparing between Domino's pizza, that's a normal good, versus frozen pizza, that's an inferior good. Okay. Now take a look at question number 10 here. Here we look at the cross price elasticity of demand. The way you define the cross price elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded of good X over the percentage change in price of good Y. So over here, there is a 10% decline in the quantity demanded of a normal good X. So the quantity demanded is going down by 10% and of good X, and the price of another good, which is good Y, is increasing by 20%. So my result is negative half. I have a negative value here. A negative value means the goods in question are complements. So the goods are complements here. That's the answer to this question. Take a look at question number 11. It says, suppose a 10% increase in price of a normal good Y causes a 20% increase in quantity of normal good X. So use the same formula here. The cross price elasticity will be equal to percentage change in quantity demanded of good X, which is 20%, over the percentage change in price of another good, which is good Y, which is equal to 10%. So my result will be equal to 2, and the goods in question are substitutes. When you have a positive value, the goods are substitutes. When you have a negative value, the goods are complements. So this is all we have over the questions. I just want to go and take a look at question 21 here. I have two demand curves, and the question is, which one is more elastic? Your answer will be D2 is more elastic than D1. Remember, flatter the curve is, more elastic will be the curve. Okay. All right, so please take a look at the questions. It's going to help you immensely for the exams. Now I'm going to stop sharing this and look at the last set of questions. So the last set of questions I have is on this chapter on utility theory. I really want to, okay, let me show you the downloaded part here. Utility theory questions. Okay, utility theory practice questions. So here we go. Here is a set of questions that we need. Okay, in your short answer question number 2, a lot of students were wrong with this question. I'm going to explain to you why students were wrong. What is utility? Utility is the satisfaction that someone gets in consuming a certain good. Let me give you an example of utility and explain to you what is marginal utility. As before, the answers of the questions are already given. All right, let me explain the concept of total utility, marginal utility, and diminishing marginal utility. Let's say we have units of pizza. This is the good I'm considering. I'm going to look at total utility numbers and also look at the marginal utility numbers. Total utility is basically the happiness. If I'm buying and eating no pizza or 0 units of pizza, my total happiness will be 0. Okay, I'm not happy at all because I am not eating any pizza, which I really eat for. I live on pizza. I need pizza for dinner every night. Same with my kid. Pizza for dinner, lunch, breakfast. All right. Now I'm eating the first slice of pizza after not eating pizza for a while. This makes me very happy. My total utility, if I'm trying to quantify my utility, is equal to 20 utils. Utility is measured in utils. Marginal utility is also gonna be measured in utils. Now I'm gonna eat another slice of pizza. My utility is gonna increase from 20 to 30. See, my total utility is going up. Now I want to eat the third slice of pizza. It's making me very happy to keep on eating slices of pizza. My total utility increases from 30 to 35. Okay, I decide on eating another slice of pizza here. Total utility went up from 35 to 38. Another slice of pizza, my total utility went up from 38 to 40. All right, what is going on here? Now, marginal utility is defined as change in the total utility over the change in units consumed. Do not worry about the denominator because the denominator is always 1, as my units consumed is increasing by 1 unit. So change in total utility. This one, 20 minus 0 over 1 minus 0. This is equal to 20. Next one, 30 minus 20 over 2 minus 1. This is equal to 10 because 10 over 1 is equal to 10. Next one is 35 minus 30 over 3 minus 2. This is equal to 5. Next one is equal to 38 minus 35 over 4 minus 3. This is equal to 3. Next one is equal to 40 minus 38 over 5 minus 4. This one is gonna be equal to 2. Now herein comes the concept of diminishing marginal utility. Like we had the example of Homer Simpson eating shrimp. As you can see here, the marginal utility numbers keeps going down. So we say we have diminishing marginal utility. This is the concept of diminishing marginal utility, which you need to know. Okay. Now, going back to the rest of the questions. Oh my goodness, looks like question number 8. Some part is missing. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can